And that's a beautiful rendition of his own song. And that's the very first time he actually performed that song, like he said in that video. But of course, you know that you really enjoyed all those beautiful times that you spent enjoying the music of the man that we're just about talking to here on our big interview this morning. As we celebrate Ghana Month, it's proper that we'll bring legends like the man I'm talking about to be here to spend some time with us here on Prime Morning. So if you're wondering, now take a look at this, okay? When I come back, you meet my guest. Stay on.
It's a coca-crabra. Borem kakra na wuru kumakra makra sinywa muntumo.
Amandzeba, more than just a musician, a custodian of Ghana's rich musical heritage. Born Nat Brew, he rose to prominence as part of the iconic group Nakorex, alongside Akosua Japan and Rexomar. Their unique fusion of high life and contemporary African rhythms set the stage for a new era in Ghanaian music. But Amandzeba's vision went beyond entertainment. As a solo artist, he embraced his African identity fully, blending indigenous sounds with deep historical narratives. His timeless hit, Wagbejeke, stands as one of Ghana's most powerful anthems. A tribute to the country's journey, struggles, and triumphs. With a signature Kente-inspired look and unmistakable voice, Amandzeba has not only entertained, but educated, using music to preserve culture and inspire generations. An award-winning artist, a Pan-African advocate, and a true legend of high-life music. This is Amandzeba, the voice of heritage and sound of Africa.
And that's the man we're talking about this morning is here with me for our big interview. Please, with a drum roll, let's make some noise and welcome the one and only Amandzeba Nat Brew. Oh boy, you keep going, man. You in your what now? in your 90s?
I am actually a very, very old man.
As old as
old as more than anybody else on the field. Yeah.
I know, right? I know. Good to see you, the tradition child.
It's actually a native son. Yes, it's actually a native son. I guess that the conversation is started, right?
Absolutely. I'm just honored. It's a privilege to be sitting here with you.
I'm also enjoying you personally. I think this has been our second encounter.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, hey, it's quite revealing when you have people in a very, very conversational mood and then you want to touch on the arts.
Correct.
Specifically music. But I think that I overheard during the sports, segment.
Yeah.
That everybody is yearning to have all the investors coming. No, this person should come, that person should come. What about you going?
Okay, the other way around.
What have we been doing over the years? Perpetually. We are fixated in expecting that, people will come and top up our yield that we've been, depleting left, right, center. And so if your only thought and foundation your only imagination of your foundation of development is premised on somebody else's.
And always getting that support from that person.
Exactly. I mean, why would you always want to make people see you as a recipient of everything? Everything, information, technology,
financial,
entertainment,
everything,
financial, just name it. And even the food we eat.
Yeah.
You understand? So I guess that if we would try as much as possible to shift the paradigm, you understand? I mean, let's look at it not even from outside, only outside the box, but under the box too, because there may be things hidden underneath
that we can pick from.
Who told you that? Look, the world, the globe, is naturally a place of competition. Naturally, I mean, the natural law is self-preservation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if we sit here and everything is taken away and we're starving, we'll end up even chewing the blocks and things that,
eventually,
were used to build the... So at a point, I think we are 68 years now.
Yeah.
So it's even gone beyond the point for us to prove that there are certain basic things that we must get, especially when it comes to arts and culture. Because your culture actually is embedded in your way of life. You can't take it out. Look around. All of us are trying to be somebody else. I mean, we're trying so hard. Even the very brilliant ones don't want to be themselves. And so we subject everything to politicians and academics who actually will remain academics and politicians because they are actually looking at their functions, their governmental functions, as doing everybody a favor.
Yeah.
So that everybody's involvement in any political establishment must be profit. And so if it is profit, then you have to fight for a position. And if you have that position, then it means you've got power. Now I can show this person who I am and stuff like that. So my plea to all of us is that we need a cultural reorientation. Go back to what we are supposed to be. Masa, you can never be anybody else but yourself. And we are not getting it right because we are not focused. Look, there is no country that has ever developed to the highest that had ignored arts and culture. Even the very philosophers, the very brilliant ones who were even at the top of their game were still musicians. They were poets. They were, you need to have that creative juice in you to build a huge imagination and realize it. You don't only have to imagine. Ghana is talking about tourism. And sometimes I sit back and I look at all of us and I feel how what do you call it? How silly we've all been collectively. Because you see, tourism is considered one of the most important aspects of human lives. We travel. We want to see where we've never seen before. We want to hear what we've not heard before. But when you're going to the table, that global cultural table, you have to take your own.
We haven't done that enough. We haven't projected that enough.
Not at all. The projection mainly is focused on purely commercial reasons. So you see, instead of selling the organic product, we are selling the hype. Hype is a huge industry. in every, aspect of our lives. When somebody is playing football and he's good and hasn't really attained where he is, he has to be hyped. Somebody is crafting something, painting something, and you realize that the person holds a huge promise that when he is well enthused, motivated. Inspired and motivated, the person can go
beyond, yeah.
Beyond. But then we just relax at the point that we're supposed to encourage him to go higher. And so mediocrity sets in. And when mediocrity sets in, for you to rationalize it, you have to bring in the hype. Charlie, this guy, Amandzeba, Charlie, he's the best in the world. All of those things, I think that you don't have to let somebody speak. Let the work speak.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm excited because you're one of the people who has never had to be out there to speak, but your works have spoken for you, especially the kind of music you've put out there. This music has gone beyond boundaries and generations. One of my favorites, and I'm sure it's everybody's favorite, is Wewe Jeke. And this is a song that speaks to the roots of the people, the soul of the people. And I want us to touch base on that. In writing that song, what was the main thing that was ringing through your mind, dating back in those times?
When I was a kid, I was always very, very interested in knowing who I really am.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's so amazing. I mean, I had to sit down, dissect my personal constitution to bring out those things that I think makes me me.
Wow.
And I had always wanted to be different. Not different in any negative sense, but different because I know I'm different. Everybody is looking down on the African. And I am actually looking up to the African. I'm not looking down on the African. Because I know our values, things that we have, things that people lack and borrow from us that has actually propelled them.
Yeah. To who they are right now, even nations.
Exactly. Look, you tell me, you see how the Chinese are very conscious, have been now, well, they're modernizing in a way, but basically, the Chinese or the Asian is really in touch with his culture, his roots. Look at the Indians. We sat here and the Indians were bringing us films, glorifying their deities and stuff like that. How many films do you have about Okomfanochi?
That's a difficult one.
Asebu Amenfi?
Yeah.
And I came to that realization that anything that is vilified by the West, look at it again. And you find priceless value.
Gold in there.
You see, so I realized that, hey, challenge me to I'm somebody.
Yeah.
If you put the white man here and let him come and do whatever he has to do, me too, I'll come and do whatever I have to do.
Yeah.
And the point is that all of these things that we are talking about had their genesis from this continent. Civilization is gone round, it's come back here again, but we are not prepared to take over it because this is the time for us to be ourselves. This is the time for the African to regain what we didn't lose, what they came to loot. So if you're just going to be satisfied with what you're being told and don't delve into your soul to find out who you really are, Master, you're just passing through.
And that'll be the end of you. Now, let me try and see. I want to try and get into your creative space, your creative mind, a bit. The very first time that you...
I'm sorry, I have cold, but...
No, it's okay.
It's not infectious.
I'm grateful you're here. Now, let's look at the very first time you went into creativity, recording that particular song. Do you remember the studio? What was the first? You could probably take the guitar and then run us through how.
Yes, I will do that. But I didn't bring it here for fun.
Okay, there's a purpose for it, of course.
There is actually a purpose.
Yeah.
I started this song several times, and every time I want to record it, something strange happens, and I'm not able to record it.
Wow.
So at one point, I just said that whether I like it or not,
You have to do it.
I have to do it. But the reason, what informed me, what actually pushed me to arrive at a song like this, I mean, sometimes I sit back and I ask, did I write this? Or did I do this? Or did I do that? Some of the things that we create, I'm telling you, come to us naturally. And then premised on the belief and knowledge, not only belief, but knowledge too, is for you to realize that you have not been given a talent like that just to come and pull your trousers down and stuff like that. All of us mess up and we do it. But when it comes to the work, I expect that when I go to the next stage of my life, I expect that you'll be mentioning my name here. It means that I'm not dead. You are actually missing my physical appearance. But I'm telling you, I'll be part of the wing to be enjoying what you're enjoying and seeing. But the point is, it will not be physical.
Yeah.
So you leave something behind that, you guys, when you sit and then you're analyzing things and stuff like that, you're talking about music, at least you will talk about my music.
Of course.
You understand? So, all the brilliant artists that we have in this country that have passed, those who designed our national flag, those who, gave us all the emblems that we have here, they were not thinking of making any commercial gains, though it was important. But the point is that they left legacies. We are flying Ghana flag today. How many decades now? Exactly. And it will be there forever. If no crazy person comes to probably decide to change. You know the politicians. But all in all, I think that this time all of us are empowered to use our craft to make a statement. To make people understand that, what's the difference? Do you know where the Chinese were 30 years ago? They were even worse off than us. But we don't even have to add ourselves to the list of those who are impoverished. Ghana has no excuse to have untarred roads. Ghana has no excuse to have kids out of the classroom. Ghana has no excuse of letting kids sit under trees and study. You know why? Because of the resources that we have under the ground, that they are telling us that we should wait and go to heaven and we'll go and enjoy it there. But the things are all here. So if you tell me that you will have to fly somebody out of here for medical attention, we missed the point. We are funny. You got gold, you got diamonds, you've got bauxite, you have manganese, you have...
And he presently lithium.
And we started jumping over ourselves. We've gone to negotiate for 13%. My goodness.
Do you blame politicians that much? You think that they've, generation-wise, you think they've been failing?
Most of them, because they are not really fixed at the center of their culture, will always get it wrong. Master, if I were the president, any of my functionaries, every one of them should bring me a document, a paper on culture, where you come from. Tell me what it is. Then maybe you can write a general one about the country. But if you come with anything that is devoid of a document relative to culture, Master, you are not going to get your position. Oh. I'm not going to sit down to watch you at this present moment where every continent, and even some of us, our neighbors within the continent, I don't look at Burkina Faso. I was there a couple of months ago. My goodness, when we're coming back.
Transformation over there.
Oh, every village, irrigation, you know, Charlie,
he's a military leader. You think that's what we deserve, Africans deserve in general perspective?
No, you can't.
Because he seemed to be doing something a lot of the democratic
but some of
leaders have not been able to do.
I don't see the difference between the military and the civilians. But because I can tell you what, a civilian government can be worse than a military government, and vice versa. So I'm saying that it is the mentality that has to be worked on. Sometimes they say, oh, he's been brainwashed. No, when you wash the brain, it has to come out clean. We get brain damaged. They damage the brain, so you cannot focus on the things that will help your survival. Africa, largely for the past 5 decades, have only been surviving. We've not been living. We have no excuse to have medical facilities out of the north. Look, all of us come from somewhere, and you want to build a very, very, very serene environment and a society. Your people are migrating towards the south. What for? Like, they come the south, have come work for proper factories and things like you would, you know, but it doesn't even happen. It shouldn't happen. These people will come and carry stuffs on their heads, and you think that's what they deserve? And you gather, what do you call it? Girls, and say, we're going to, you know, give them vocational training. You lump them together. So you don't realize that there could be doctors and lawyers and stuff like that within, and you carry them all to
go and learn some skill.
Go and learn. Listen, leadership after Nkrumah, some have tried, but nobody has reached 20%, or I would say even a fraction of what Nkrumah did. Because if Nkrumah built the motorways and up till now, we don't have an addition to it, we haven't progressed at all. You see? So all I'm saying is, take the facilities there to the north. If you want them to stay there, go and do what Burkina Faso has done. They are even above the northern region. Go and see what they've done over there. You're talking about water shortages and stuff like that, and drought. When the Bagri Dam is opened, it comes to Ghana to destroy our crops. So those who said they were going to build dams all around the area, it is either they were deficient in the technological design of the place, or they actually didn't have a clue.
For political gains.
Exactly. But you see, if I were a politician and I wanted to stay in power forever, these are the things I'll do. Schools, dams, this, that, so that when my time expires, you cry for me. You want me to come back
and do more.
So if this boy, this young man, is doing this magic in Burkina Faso, Charlie, now they have their own refinery.
Yeah.
Now they are canning tomatoes. the things that we go to, most of us go to Italy to go and labor on the tomato farms. And they do it for Burkina. So they every 5 seconds, let's import. Let's import. Let's import. Let's import. Why were you given these hands? Just to be receiving from people who do not have a fraction of the resources that you have underneath the ground? Tell me what Japan has. Tell me what. But they are utilizing their culture. You see the various cultural ensembles that come from outside into this country. South Africa, they are, what is it called? It's so magical. We have the capability of doing exactly. We were doing it. People came from outside to learn film from Koansan. Uncle Koansan, how many times do we wake up to even say good morning to the old man? Because these were the pioneers. These were the guys who made us feel so proud to be Ghanaians. I'm seeing a Ghanaian film competing with an Indian film. I'm seeing a Ghanaian film compete. Look at Burkina Faso. They are organizing FESPACO almost every year. How many real, genuine festivals do you have here? Well, Bajeka actually tells our story. But you see, we are the people. If I'm right, the very people who throw out good things and bring in terrible things.
If you just joined us here on the show, I've got the legendary Amandzeba with me this morning. We're talking about our state of, industry in terms of music, in terms of culture, and what politicians have actually done when it comes to some of these things. And you can share your thought with us. You can send your messages. If you want to ask him any question, you can also send that question to me, and I'll be asking him. We don't have much time, though, so please send them as early as possible so I can read them, and then for him to also, answer to some of these questions. But I'm enjoying this, and it looks as though I've been taken to a history class, and I'm enjoying it.
Oh,
we need things like this.
I'm actually enjoying the conversation
No.
because you see, we seldom get opportunities like this. So if you chanced upon one, at least
because we keep
all
repeating
of us
the same things
all
over
of us
and over
are
again.
learning. We don't stop learning till we pass on, and even there, I'm sure we learn too.
Yeah.
All I want us to understand at any point in time as Africans or as Ghanaians is, if we don't celebrate our way of life, other people will borrow and make it better and own it. High life, are we not being,
They even come back and say it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kente?
Yeah. Ayenima is being sold in the West.
You see?
We're patronizing them. People buy them from there.
And Kwame Nkrumah did not, when people want to contest the fact that Nkrumah is a very special one, I look at them and I laugh because, you see, the very, very, very Western powers who engineered his overthrow are the very ones who named him the African of the millennium.
Yeah.
So you see
the contrast,
it makes us appear collectively deranged. Because you see, you have been convinced to get rid of your father. Now he goes and years later said, not knowing your father was actually a genius.
Yeah.
He was this, he was that. And then you're actually going according to their dictates in terms of your development. You think that genuinely any Western power would want Africa to progress?
Absolutely no.
What is happening in Congo? It is not for for you to feel good about it, oh, it is for us to cry. Because Congo alone can power the entire continent with hydroelectricity. You understand? So they would always sow chaos in Congo. You know, whilst the fighting is going on, there are planes going in there, lifting them. Yeah. And you see, what they do is, you see, their trick, and I wonder whether, you see, our leaders don't want to listen to people like us who are, you know, ordinary people on the ground. They want to listen to the people who say they are experts and they hold PhD and this, and they are saying nothing. And even if they are saying something, they are seeing it to the benefit of themselves. So what is going on in Congo and the entire continent? They will arm the governing body and arm the opposition. You think the very people who are creating the ammunitions and claiming that they are for peaceful purposes are the ones who are selling to the rebels and the rulers. To go fight. Look at Sudan. Do you know the resources we have in Sudan? Look at Libya. Libya, when Muammar Gaddafi was in power, we visited Libya. My goodness. When we got out of Tripoli, the Tripoli airport, this huge billboard outside. Gaddafi and Nkrumah, the billboard. The things, the man said the resources in Libya are for the Libyans. You see, the Western powers always will operate on the premise that they are giving us aid. If you want to give people aid, you go to the places where they are genuinely famished, so you take the food there. If you come and give Ghana aid, you are actually helping us to be lazy. Because we don't have any excuse asking you for aid. If we want to if we really, really, really want to, you know, push this continent forward, Masa, go to the technocrats and you know, the artisans and people. Those who built China were not, they pushed them all to wherever they fit academically. No, Charlie, you go to Polytechnic. No, you go to, you know. But in any case, when we study English and we study, really, we go, now, what's this called? Religious studies and stuff like that. When we finish, what product do we produce out of that? Can you make a cup out of that knowledge? What knowledge you've gone to acquire? And God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Yes, if he didn't love the world, he wouldn't have created it in the first place. So that is not something that you can convince me with. I am already convinced that I know that there is a creator who has created everything and everybody and their way of life. I will not sit here as a black man and expect that I'll be saved by a white man. If the white man knew where heaven was located, Maza, he'll put you at the opposite direction. You will never see that.
Just so he gets there before you. Absolutely.
Not even before you. That's so that you don't even get there. You understand? So our expectation, those huge expectations that we think will come from the West, Master, if we are not careful and we don't put that lithium to good use, and solve upon and build factories there, and say we have negotiated with anybody who takes that step, Charlie, the resistance the person will face, I'm telling you from a fact.
Let's talk about what we have seen within the short period that the new government came into power in terms of music, in terms of our movies, the people that you've seen put into positions, you think that these are the people that, because earlier you spoke about putting the right people in the right places so that they can function. You think that they've made efforts to make sure that we are representing ourselves and representing well. These are people who can champion our life. These are people who can champion our own movies, so we don't bring Indian movies to the country.
I look at ourselves as a whole unit, as a country, Ghana. And I'm telling you, the politicians we have across board are the product of us. We actually facilitate whatever negative things they're doing to hurt us as a people. Because you see, right now, if you get the chance to go and sit there and you're doing it on your body, then the bodyism starts. But if I will come to you and tell you the truth, hey, Master, don't sit there and joke, because this is my area. This is part of the reasons why people voted for you. So don't mess up. I'll tell you straight in the face. But those of us who are actually linked with them, who realize that, oh, Charlie, this is an opportunity, Charlie. Yeah. If we will not demand from them what they're supposed to do, we ain't going to see no difference. It doesn't matter how hard the president tries. Look, the president will get everything right from agriculture and our culture. I'm telling you, food for the body and food for the soul. Food for your soul is your cultural activities. I mean, and the let's say the fulcrum is music. What do we do? What ceremony do we hold without music? If you want to put a program out there today, you will need a driver, and the driver will be the music and the vehicle as well. So take Jamaica. Jamaica is a small island. What has propelled Jamaica? They have bauxite, they have, a few mineral resources. But what really sustains Jamaica?
Music.
Almighty United States of America.
Music.
Take Europe, Germany, there's actually a concerted effort from government and the people to organize pop exports. You see, earlier when I was talking to you about because it's conversation, I don't want us to go on point by point like we are in the lecture room.
Yeah.
But I feel very, very gratified for this invitation, actually, because things that are encased in my thoughts that I really want to put out there, this opportunity gives me that chance so that I could touch on some of these things, because it is not an everyday occurrence.
That's true.
As you've invited me, I'm sure by the next 7 years, and you think about bringing me back.
I know. Let me engage our viewers as well. They're also very excited about the conversation. This one says, "Good morning. I'm Awewuta from Racecourse. Growing up, I knew him as Nat Brew, so full of energy and passionate at what he does. He did music that most of us could relate to and enjoy so much. The Jandam artists should be tapping into the knowledge expertise of legends like him. He's stating facts and truth, and if the politicians has ears, they should take it into account what he's saying. I just love this man. The only thing I don't love about him is his political affiliation." Do you know which political party he belongs to, though? It looks as if people know your political. Can I get the next message, please? Let's see if we have. Okay, we're going to get that. But people think you are affiliated to a political party.
I love personalities. And not the
So you love JDM?
Yes, I love JDM.
But not its political ideologies?
Oh, yes. I'm not saying that you would definitely need a political party to build a government, to push you there. But I am telling you that I personally relate to the leaders on personal level.
Okay.
You understand? I mean, when we meet, I can tell him about the few problems that we have. Because I actually made him get into more philanthropic, areas like looking after the aged musicians. And in fact, there was this man called Koshe.
Koshe, yeah.
And then there was this one too called APC.
Yeah.
And APC, some misfortune befell him, so he went to live in a small corner at Choco. So I got to hear of that, and that was when I started building that with John. I went straight to him. He was the vice president at that time.
That's right.
So I got there and I said, Charlie, bro, the man, is who I say APC. So APC is my wife's favorite entertainer. I said, well, this is what has been following him. So I tried several times because he was so busy. I tried several times to get him. Then one, I think it was a Christmas Eve, 24th, I had a call from him, said, Charlie, I have time, we can go. So we drove to Choco. The long and short of it was, as soon as we got, it was a low-key, it was not with that siren, and it was just one motorbike. It was not even, sounding a siren. So as soon as we went into the corner, within 5 minutes, the whole place was full of people, the Fisher folks from Choco, all the corners. And they were wondering what the vice president was coming to do at that corner. So I got there. Then they realized that we were coming to visit APC. One lady blurted out, look at Mokoni for your concert, Pokomo. President Abraham Aslali. Mene, Ibaji president.
Oh.
More prophesied right there.
And it happened.
And it happened. But you see, that's why I keep telling you that they should not be, focusing on people who come and sell them fine, the niceties. No. Go to the corners. There's somebody lying there who has actually, you see the irony of I was set up the entertainment areas. We actually, those who give the audience the happiness, the peace they need, and they laugh and go home and sleep. But getting to the end, the one who was disseminating or dispensing the humor and everything now is actually facing the opposite of what he does. So you see, these people have to be taken care of. Look, those were the days where we wouldn't even bath and we would run and go and stand by somebody's window and watch TV because these guys were coming there on TV. Now, you have actually alienated all of them. So, you see, the weak film industry we are facing now today, it's not because the guys can't really do it, but you see, everybody is trying to survive.
Yeah.
So they put on one camera or one telephone, and they go shoot their movies and then come and show it on TV. But the Ghana film industry was not put there because Nkrumah wanted to just, build an edifice. He wanted to train the people professionally. Kwame Nkrumah sent people outside this country, Germany, Russia, UK. Go and ask them. And Nkrumah, what we know of him when we read about, when he was leaving this country outside, he would take some of the local artists along with him. And at a point, Nkrumah, I know sometimes we think it's a story, but at the point we're told he took the mortar and the pestle. Yeah. So, for him to show the people our way, when he goes to dine with the queen and they use their cutlery and everything, he invite you to his abode and come and eat fufu and So you see, we sit here and we say we want to promote tourism. Professor Azuma Nelson is walking around here. He's a World Hall of Famer, for Christ's sake. His house, Adedempo, where we used to live, down there, Palladium down there, is right there. If you go and you want to access funding to go and build that place as a museum, you see the bottlenecks you go through. So,
unfortunately,
no.
my time is up. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my time is up. But I wanted to do something to wrap it all up for. But it's been a very, very insightful conversation. And okay, so this is actually legendary. You have some details over there at the guitar. It's a special one.
Yeah, it's a special one. You have actually given me the opportunity to thank him again. I have actually done that. Hama Kumasi, yes.
The radio presenter.
The radio presenter. Yeah. He is one phenomenal guy. He invited me to Kumasi for an interview. And when I finished the interview, he said, they have a surprise for me.
This is it?
He opened the thing and brought me this black guitar.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yes. I used to have an original black guitar that I called Ama. Because that's the very first song that I did, my very first hit. So I was wondering, anyway, you are the young guy, so you don't know about Ama. You don't...
we came to love anyway, but he's got beautiful songs. You can check them out. The legendary Amandzeba spending time with us this morning here on Prime Morning. Happy birthday to you, Tina baby. You're celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And so we're doing which one now? Maybe
I do like all you do. Your world, I'll forever live in. Your word, I'll forever believe in. Your love is what I'll always hang on. Your hand will never make me go wrong. You got all that I want, Ama. You got all that I need, Ama. You are all I desire, Ama. Ama. Ama, Ama. This is my first.
That's a beautiful song.
My first release. And then, you know. I thought your time is up.
Thank you so much for spending time with us.
I have to thank you
really
too.
Appreciate your time here.
The pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine.
It's been insightful. We hope to see you back here again, please.
Not in 7 years.
No.
Not in 7 years.
We'll do a part 2 very soon. Very soon.
That's right. But I will have to say hello to all my fellow musicians and artists all over. And I think that we should make it a Ghana year, not a Ghana month. We have to be Ghana every time. We have to eat Ghana, wear Ghana, speak Ghana, do everything Ghana. Ghanaian food, Charlie, who go forget? It's Ghana way. We take fufu go Nigeria.
You see, maybe today. Anyway, my name is KMJ. It's been a great time with you here on Prime Morning. We're excited that you were on the other side and did enjoy it as well. Tomorrow, we are back again at 6 a.m. Make sure you tune in and be a part of all our conversations here on the show. Until then, please make sure that you also become a part of the Joy FM movement that is going on right now. We're talking about the trip to the Volta region. The walk is coming up on the 29th. Make sure that you're a part of that one as well. So yes, indeed, that's what it is. The big interview here on Prime Morning, and that will wrap up for us this morning here on the show. Until then, please do good and communicate. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Have a good morning.
Charlie, the walk, are they inside? But me,
of course. Why
but
not?
me, I go chop.
Before you go.
No. In the Volta region, I'm going to chop. What?
Oh boy!
I'm playing, you know. Charlie, I was a caterer. I was a caterer for the Hogbe Church last year. It was beautiful.
I see.
It was beautiful.